Hello everybody, DBD here and welcome back to The Long Dark, Tales from the Far Territory. Alright, we're gonna head back in. Interloper difficulty. And now the really exciting part of our journey begins. As you recall, in the last episode, we completely prepared for a journey. Completely. We filled our inventory up to the brim, and we have to now head back to Mystery Lake. Head on a swivel. You are not safe. That is our mantra. And I have to know where my nearest doors and cars are so that I can get away from a wolf in a pinch. I think it's dawn. Yes, it is dawn. We're gonna have to eat a respectable amount soon. That red meter building up on our fatigue is actually because we haven't eaten enough for a while. Gonna have to eat a hefty amount of calories at least once. Alright, let's get an hour of sleep in here. Now, I'm not sure that I can actually jump down this one comfortably. It may be easier to just climb it, but we're rested enough. Let's drink some of this and reduce our weight, and then our sprain risk is gone. We can take a swig of coffee. Climb down. Alright.
I think my stomach is eating itself.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the ravine, we're gonna climb down, we're gonna grab the flare gun and the stim, and then we climb up, double back into Mystery Lake, and then we'll enter Carter Hydroelectric Dam, proceeding through to the Winding River, I believe it's called. From the Winding River, it's on to Pleasant Valley, and then subsequently, Timberwolf Mountain, Ash Canyon, and Black Rock. Yeah. We're gonna have a lot to do in Pleasant Valley. We have to search that plane crash, definitely. But the plane crash is on the way to Timberwolf. Where's that rope climb? Quite foggy. Oh my god. Okay. There is some distance between us, but I better find that rope climb quick. There's the cave. Rope climbs this way, where the wolf is. I could use a rabbit to save my life at cost to its own. I'm not gonna run away from him. I need my stamina for climbing. Best I can do is just a brief jog around here. Okay, we have rabbits. Which way is he coming from? Better to be patient. There he goes. Alright. Mother Nature threatened us, and Mother Nature also spared us. Dig in, buddy. Yeah, you do your thing. Oh, huge word of advice for you guys. When you're going through Carter Hydroelectric Dam, do not, I repeat, do not place a bedroll on top of the wires, okay? Because I've had it happen before where I placed my bedroll onto the wires, slept, and then an aurora started and I got electrocuted to death in my sleep. I was so pissed, because I had done everything I've done now. I searched Broken Railroad, Milton, Mystery Lake. I had done the ravine, only to end up frying myself by sleeping on some wires that became live during an aurora.
If I don't get some food soon.
So if you're ever gonna sleep in Carter Hydro Dam, you gotta make sure that you're not unintentionally, you know, avoid the wires. Very critical piece of advice from someone who's been around the block. And by the way, in case anybody's wondering, we are roughly 7 days and 20 hours, maybe 21 or 22.
Someplace to escape this cold.
7 days, 22 hours into this playthrough. Now, just a little forewarning. I've had it happen before where I was leaving notes here. Or is it? Right, I should probably copy everything here over here because I filled in day one notes, right? I did this in a playthrough once, and then eventually my entire notes just got deleted. I don't know why. It was like the game couldn't hold on to it. So what I'm probably gonna do is find an opportunity off camera to copy that stuff into, because I didn't have my stuff written down here, even though I probably should have. I was instead putting it here. And I don't know if there's like a glitch corresponding to that, right? I'll also even make a copy of my notes in a text document outside of the game, just to make sure if something happens, I don't lose my resource stockpile information. Just so you guys know, it's not infallible. It has happened to me before where all the notes I took down got deleted and I didn't know why, right? So just a little forewarning. Alright, we got here just in time. We're about to start freezing. I can't wait until we have a lantern. Here's hoping that we find one either on the way to or within Pleasant Valley. You know, on top of the standard hoping that we don't die. We'll take all the coal while we walk through here. We'll want it at the trapper's cabin anyway, because that's where we go to prepare for forging runs. We move this stuff into the hallway, probably. Yeah. There should be a pile of 4 coal in here. Only 3, huh? I could have sworn there was 4. That's okay. Maybe there's just new bugs present or something. Alright, where's that bear? There's a deer over there. See, if a bear started running after me right now, I'd have a few options. I could either run on top of this rock and then jump down right here, right? He would struggle to path to here, which would mean that he might actually run away. Or I could kind of wedge myself in here and hope that he would run away again, right? Like, if he has trouble pathing there, then he's going to run away. That's how you lose a struggle in a pinch, is you just wedge yourself in a weird place that the animals aren't used to pathing to. And then typically they run away. And then if you chase after them while they're running away, they will keep running away until they've achieved a minimum certain distance from you. Oh, we forgot to check on this hill for birch saplings. Let's do that now. Oh my god, yeah, look at all those. So it's no big deal that we didn't cure those, because we can just leave them here and, I mean, this is where we do our forge run, typically. So we'll just come back here and do our forge run, and we'll have a shitload of cured birch saplings here and a maple sapling at the camp office. God, that's 15 arrow shafts. Alright. And we may as well just grab these sticks up. I'm thinking about doing a playthrough for Subsistence at some point. The only problem with Subsistence is that I usually prefer to play games on, like, the hardest vanilla difficulty, but Subsistence's hardcore mode is just, it's the best way in the world to waste your time and worsen your psychology. Like, it's just not ready yet. There's not enough game there for it to be a viable experience. So I might play it on normal difficulty, and I have been practicing and trying to learn the game on normal difficulty. Whether or not I do it simultaneously to this series, like at the same time, I don't think I will, but we'll see. I may end up deciding that I'd like to have two series on the go at the same time. Now, let's take inventory here and determine what's happening. Okay, I'm gonna grab these research books and leave them at the camp office. Now, Wilderness Kitchen and Survive the Outdoors, I'll probably just sort of... I don't care about those as much, but we need to take the sewing primer book, definitely, because when the time comes that we're using hides to repair clothing, we don't want to be failing over and over again. Alright, I think that'll do. We're pretty much ready to go. I'm gonna get a few-hour nap. Lowest condition food first. So if I just want like a 3-hour nap, then I only need to have 225 calories in me. Oh, whatever. That'll... Here. We'll just scarf one of these down. Or half of one. Perfect. It'll ensure that the world is a little... Well, it won't ensure it. There could be a blizzard, but the ambient temp will be warm. Alright. Let's hit the road. Let's drink some of this water. Shed a little bit of weight.
Never been so hungry in my life.
Beautiful day today. Alright, so as you guys already know, there is bear and wolf spawns around here. So we're gonna have to be very careful. The bear den is over there, but I also, like, the bear has a route, and I think he goes over there, and then over this hill, and then over that way. So I actually think it's safer to come in this direction, because he's probably walking on the other side of that large rock formation right there. We can go over that hill and then start going down from there. And I believe if we go this way, we will avoid the bear. Now, this is where I might really struggle to lose a wolf if it chased me. I would panic if I saw a wolf here. Certainly. Alright, camp office is just this way. We have to remember to bring our climbing rope. But we'll be processing the herbal tea and coffee that we've found before then. Camp office. Alright. Now, traditionally, I would put a campfire here, But since that box is there, I can't do that. So I'm just gonna use the wood stove upstairs. It's got 2 slots, so we'll be able to do a lot of processing in half the time. Mountaineering rope, green maple sapling. Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff here. We're gonna take those with us to research them on the road whenever we're, you know, holed up by a blizzard, so to speak. And, we'll also take the archery book. It's important that we read those. Alright, well, we've grabbed our herbal tea and coffee. Now, if we want to save time, we'll want to use this cooking pod for some of the processing. And we'll want to make sure that we have some water left over after we're done processing all of it. Oh my, maple syrup, look at that. And I never checked under here. I noticed that while I was recording. Alright, so there's a potato, and not much else. But we did find maple syrup just because we endeavored to take a look, so that's pretty awesome. 13%, but as long as we eat that before we sleep, it'll be safe. We forgot to indicate that we left additional birch saplings as well as 6 matches at the trapper's cabin. So we're going to update that annotation to make sure that it is current. Probably going to need all these. Alright. Cooking pot. Yeah, you know what? We'll just move this can up there. Keep the cans in our inventory where they belong. Okay. Maybe I can sort them. Yeah. Make it so I don't have to scroll anymore. We want to keep an eye on the duration of the fire. We don't want to let it go out. That always sucks. Alright, we've finished with the herbal tea, and now we're cooking the coffee. Let's go get more fuel for the fire. Of which I'm certain we have plenty. Can use that fir wood. We'll keep the 4 sticks. Ah, we got more. Okay.
I need to drop something.
We tossed the fir wood in there, and it might be enough to get us through the rest of this cooking. Now, whenever we need a coffee or herbal tea reload, we can just come back here. Mystery Lake is a very central region. It's pretty much in the middle of everything, and you can access it from several different places, so... It's the best place to have, you know, your abundance of useful shit. I think that's all of it. Yeah, we've made all of our coffee and all of our tea. Let's take a look at how many we've got. 10 herbal teas, and, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 13 coffees, and 10 herbal teas, which is very good. 14 coffees. Alright, we'll take a few of these out of there. Use them for travel. Although on second thought, it might be a good idea to at least prepare a few of the prepared rose hips. And I forgot, we want to make sure our water supply is copacetic for travel. Alright, that's it for our rose hips. Let's check our water. 1.79. Cooking novice. Alright. Now we'll make as much extra water as we can. And we'll make sure that when we sleep, it is afternoon-ish, or evening when we wake up. Now we can use some of these books as fire fuel if we have to.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay, we have 20 feathers as well, so we're gonna go put stuff into the fire And then we're going to update our annotations like we wanted. We have to remember 20 feathers, 6 birch saplings, and 6 matches. Back at the hunter's cabin. Trapper's lodge, whatever it is. 6 birch saplings, cured. 6 matches, and 20 feathers. Okay. We've updated it. We might have missed, like, you know, okay, so we took the sewing book out of there. Keep that the way it is. Tinder, whetstone jacket, matches. Yep. Alright. That should do. I mean, at best, there might just be a few more sticks there, but I don't really care about marking that, so.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
I think that's enough water. I mean, we pretty much nearly replenished the supply that we had before we even started prepping our coffees and teas and shit. Alright. We don't have to worry about collecting the cookware.
If I don't rest soon, I'm gonna faint.
Still have our cans. So, let's take out a torch. Go down, make sure that we've deposited what must be. We'll want to have a few coffees on us, but not only are we going to find more, but we can get so many rope climbs done with just one coffee, right? So, we don't need to go overboard with how many coffees we bring. I'd say bringing 3 is a good call. Same with 3 herbal teas. Just in case we need that little bit of extra healing. And we have 3 rosehip tea to warm up while we travel. And we can fill our flask. Okay, you can only fill it with one type of liquid. Alright. Let's take the mountaineering rope. And let's update our storage just to include the coffees and the herbal teas. So 7 herbal teas and 11 coffees. Oh, well, there goes the torch. Alright, we'll put that away. And we'll find this cabin the old-fashioned way. Yep. We've marked it all down and marked it true. Now, we are going to want to eat a very liberal amount before we sleep. So we're going to eat this entire jug of low-condition maple syrup. That might even be enough calories to satisfy the condition that we have. But we'll eat a little extra. I want to just make sure. It might be, yeah, 1,000 calories is definitely enough to get rid of that affliction that we have. Now we won't have to worry about it for a while. Just gonna double check, make sure I did grab the climbing rope. Yes, I did, so we are free to walk out that door when we wake up. No questions asked. Aurora. Imagine if I was sleeping on wires in the Carter Hydro Dam. Alright. Now, whether or not we're over encumbered doesn't matter much. We are going to shed 5 points of weight once we tie the rope to the rock in the ravine. And we can also shed whatever we have to just to do the climb and then come back up. We've got a couple more hours of sleep. I'm not worried about a blizzard starting. We got a lot of research to be done anyhow, and plenty of food to do it with. So our next blizzard is a chance to hole up and get some research done on sewing and archery. Okay, it's time we left this place behind. I hope I'm not forgetting anything.
All I can think about is food.
We're gonna walk and conserve our energy because it's the perfect time of day. By the time we get there, we'll be approaching evening and it'll be very warm. So provided the weather doesn't change too much, we could actually do that rope climb after like a 2-hour nap, you know? Well, there's a lot of wolves along this track. I have to be extremely careful. But at least we're well rested, so we'll perform a little better in a struggle if we enter one. Ideally, we won't enter one. Now, there is a place on the way that I can check for a potential lantern. We really want a lantern, we do. It's so atmospheric and beautiful, and it has so much utility. You can loot places in the dark with that, right? So, I'm really hoping I find one. We're gonna check the 3 trailers before we reach Carter Hydro Dam. We may be encumbered with this rope, but that's okay. Important lesson here, stick to windproof areas. As you can see, I go from 2 arrows down to 1 arrow down, depending on whether or not I'm standing in a windproof place. 2 arrows, 1 arrow. It's useful. You can greatly prolong your travel distance if you're conscious of that. Alright, I think if we crest this hill, we'll be pretty close to the trailers. We're gonna crest at this convex right here. Because that'd fucking sprain our leg. Or at least give us a much higher chance of it. Alright, we got here without too much expenditure of energy. Which is preferable. Come on, Daddy wants a storm lantern. Can of soda down there. Always look in here. There can be food or even matches. Those little crates, sometimes, like most of the time they're empty, but sometimes the loot in them is no joke.
Thank goodness.
Beef jerky, we're saved.
I think I can use this.
An arrowhead, huh? we're gonna warm up. We don't necessarily need to sleep yet. It might be wise to just get an hour of sleep while we warm up, honestly. Alright. As much as I'd like to run, and get there now, we gotta conserve our energy if we want to have a hope of doing that climb tonight. God damn, this whole hill is just sprain risk. Alright, let's just try to crest it. Looks like the wind changed direction. I think we're slightly walking against it now. But it is a little warmer also. Honestly, I'm telling you, if you're watching this and you're like, man, he's not finding enough wolves, I promise it's because I'm not stinking. I'm not hunting rabbits, I'm not skinning carcasses. That shit got me killed 90% of the time. And once you stop doing stuff like that in the early game, then you can actually make it to the late game with some reliability, you know? As much as I'd like to go gather some birch bark, I don't think I'll bother. Time is money. Now, this area can have bears, it can have wolves. It's an intersectional zone, so I have to be very careful here. Extremely dangerous. Oh, so you can find stuff in the passenger side visor. Definitely want to be thorough in here. There's a lot of, yeah, look at that, right? A lot of little crevices in here. Alright, we'll search that trailer, and then we'll go into the Carter Hydro Dam, create a new stockpile. But we won't annotate that stockpile until we've done the ravine.
This stuff will come in handy.
Hey, wool socks. That's an improvement, and we have worn down cotton socks too, so that's pretty great. 90%, that's not bad at all. Alright, let's get into the dam. I hate that shifting metal noise. It makes me feel like I just heard a bear breathing, you know? It'll be nice to no longer be encumbered this much. We can leave most of our stuff here, including most of our food. We'll be pretty light for that rope climb. We're coming back here anyway once we're done with the rope climb, so... I always thought it would be cool if you could, like, lower that winch and climb up to that window. You know what I mean? For what purpose, I don't know, but it always felt like it was hanging there for a reason that was unfulfilled.
This'll come in handy.
Now it's getting dark. We are running out of time to do this, so let's get going. Just for now. Put those in there. We'll harvest them when we come back. Wow, we've been carrying that the whole time, too. Alright. We've been carrying that worn ski jacket since, I think, the cliffside cabin in Milton. Alright, let's deposit that. But we'll need to bring the marine flares with us. They're too useful when you get to Blackrock. Alright. Alright, 22 kilograms, and we'll be at 17 when we use the rope. So I think we're good to go. Hopefully, when we have a nap, the weather won't change. See, don't sleep on these wires. Right? There's wires all over the place here. You gotta make sure if you're gonna sleep here, you're nowhere near them. It's important. Hell, it's critical. It's vital to your success. You fall asleep on those and you're gonna die. Alright, let's try 2 hours of sleep first. I'm worried that I might, like, overdo it, you know? And then it's nighttime and it's cold. Because we might have to have a nap down at the bottom of the ravine in a cave before we go up. Yeah, I don't want to risk sleeping any more than this. Let's get going. So far, it's looking quite good. Oh, -2. Yeah, if this weather holds, then we'll be fine. As much as I'd prefer to be fully rested, I feel like the likelihood is too high that if I fully rest right now, the weather will become more cold than I'm comfortable with. So what I'll do is I'll descend, I'll do the rope climb, and then after I've gotten down there, I will search the ravine, grab whatever I think is important, and then we will nap in 1 hour increments down there for the climb back up. It'll be colder on the way back up, but we'll deal with it. We'll have a cave to sleep in the back of. And that'll keep us warm while we rest. Warm-ish. Anyway, let's start really quickly, while the weather holds, by going over here and searching the train car. And we'll grab whatever birch bark is in our immediate path. As well as whatever sticks. So we might need a fire. An impromptu fire in case of emergencies, like a random-ass blizzard, right? It may not get us through the entire blizzard, but as long as it warms us up before we leave the cave, that's good enough for me. Beautifully somber. Beautifully melancholic. The silent hill in all of our hearts, huh? The Majora's Mask in mine. Hey, there is a rope here. That's okay. We brought one because the odds were too likely that there would not be a rope. However, there's usually a jerry can here. Kind of sucks that there isn't one. But that's okay. We have found a couple of jerry cans so far. I think we have one in Milton and one in Broken Railroad. We may have found a third in Mystery Lake, but if so, I can't recall that. Alright, we're gonna check this cave over here. And then we're gonna make way for the ravine rope climb. Look at that, eh? Birch saplings for our trouble. Worth it. This may end up being eminently worth it. Extra food. Firewood. Birch saplings, birch bark. Feathers from the carcass. Good haul in my book. Even if it is only one feather. Beautiful. 9 more arrow shafts. Now, this might be one of the longest rope climbs in the game. I think it's on par with the rope climb in Broken Railroad when you're going down into that ravine there. So, we better be prepared for that. It's a difficult climb back up. Fortunately, the weather is holding. I'm gonna go search that cave over there before I descend. I want the rope climb to be the last thing we have to do, so that we can just come up and get the hell out of here, you know? Alright. Once we get that flare gun, I'll feel a lot safer while traveling. But we won't have a surplus of shells for it, ammunition, until we've reached the Timberwolf plane crash. And I think there's one more flare gun that you can find in Bleak Inlet. But I seldom find that one. We'll have to see. Instead of going all the way around, I think you can get over this hill, going there and back. I'll test out the way back and see if I can get up here. I see nothing of interest here.
It's getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
Alright, it's now or never. We gotta get that rope climb done. Yep, you can make it. So you don't need to go the long way around, going there or back. Alright, we're back. There's the rope climb. Damn long one. Okay, we're definitely gonna have to rest when we get down there. Or we're gonna have to use a stim, worst case scenario, to get back up here. But that's okay, we'll have a 4th stim upon reaching that place. Let's drop our additional hammer. Conserve some space. I honestly think that's okay, though. We're not gonna be gathering 10 pounds of weight, or 10 kilograms of weight while we're down there. Coffee. See how long this frickin' climb is? I should have drank more coffee, huh? But that's okay. We're prepared to camp if we have to. We have coal, we have cedar, we have sticks, and we have a cave nearby that can protect us from even a blizzard. So we can rest up before the climb up. We'll be okay.
Need something to eat.
Ain't my first rodeo. Alright. Uh-oh. Did they remove the distress pistol from here? Hang on, I gotta do a Google search real quick. Okay guys, so I checked it out, and they've shuffled the spawns around, so there's no longer a guaranteed flare gun or even a guaranteed stim here. They've actually done the unthinkable, and they've removed the certainty of finding a flare gun here. That blows my fucking mind. So this climb may not actually be worth it anymore. I mean, unless it's still a part of the loot table that it can spawn there, but the post I looked up, they actually said that they have been finding flare guns in new locations in the world where they didn't historically used to find them. So like the basement of the Pleasant Valley farmstead, odd places like that where you've never found them before, right? And I don't even know if there is a flare gun at the bottom of the ravine anymore. I'm checking this out only because the cave is here and we need rest anyway, but we may come out of this without the added security of that flare gun, which I kind of like and kind of don't. It means that I'll really want a quick time finding a flare gun at an alternative location, like maybe the plane crash in Pleasant Valley, the basement of the farmstead in Pleasant Valley, the summit of Timberwolf, right? Well, I'm going to be a lot more afraid now. I used to really lean on this flare gun to get through the more arduous places while traveling. That's pretty horrifying, not gonna lie. Alright, let's get some rest. Way back here in the back of the cave, and we'll do 1 hour naps instead of anything more than that. It's too risky to do anything more than that. Well, oh, don't worry, we'll be able to sleep tonight because we'll be plenty tired after the rope climb back up. Plenty tired. So far so good, the weather is holding and we haven't had to start a fire. The wind has picked up. Oh, we got a blizzard, guys. Alright. Thankfully, I was able to keep warm. Alright, we're gonna have to make the climb. You know what? No. I value the durability of my clothing too much, and I'd like to try to make this work with the fire fuel that we've gathered. If I can get back without damaging my clothing, that's preferable. Alright, we're gonna put our fire right here, because that's where it gets the best temperature bonus. Yeah, I don't know if I've told you guys this or if you know it already, but the colder it is, the longer your fire lasts. So, if you're at the front of a cave and you put your fire there, but you sleep past the threshold where it's warmest, then not only will your fire have extended duration, but you will be in the warmer back part of the cave. So that's why, if I cross over this line where the fire is, if I cross over this line, it gets colder. And if I cross back, you can see my temperature meter changes, right? So the fire's gonna last as long as possible, and I'll be as warm as possible back here. I do wish I brought my research material, but that's alright. I don't want my clothing to get damaged, pretty much at all, if I can avoid it. If not, then we'll just have to make the climb regardless. What's our carry weight? We have plenty. But we're running out of fuel. We may have to make that climb in the blizzard. Hey, it's over, guys. All right, we have withstood the blizzard. Now, we need to eat a lot. So, I'm gonna want to eat something safer, though. I don't want to get sick right now. I can't sleep away food poisoning at the moment, so. 450. 600. 750. 900. I think 950 calories is what you have to reach to temporarily keep that thing at bay. That reduced fatigue meter thing. Alright. I'm gonna try something here. For the sake of discovery, we're gonna put this in there. So we can't place the... Okay, so you have to warm up the beverage and then put it inside, I think. So if we place a rosehip tea and we allow it to warm up, and then place it in there, let's have an hour-long nap and see what happens. I want to see if it's still hot. Oh my god, it is. That's incredible. That's very useful. Alright, let's get 2 hours of rest. I'm pretty sure we'll be fine temperature-wise. We need our full fatigue meter available to us for this climb. We can't be missing a chunk of it. Okay, we're ready. And now our equipment does not have to take a tremendous hit to the blizzard. It's better that way. It was worth the supplies. Well, look, it might be crazy, but I just want to look the rest of the way, because without that flare gun, there's so many... Yeah, we can't get it. Without that flare gun, there's so many choke points that threaten to kill us. So I'll have to be extra careful and not lean on the flare gun to get through those choke points. Scary shit, man. But I kind of like the change. Having to wonder whether or not there's going to be a flare gun for you here, it's a hell of a lot better than just being like, oh, yet another playthrough, yet another flare gun trip, you know? It's better. So we got a lot of sleep. That beverage is still hot, dude. It's been like 3 hours. And it's still a hot drink. Now, I'm not going to drink it, only because it's not exactly necessary right now for us to be comfortable, but honestly, if I'm about to start freezing, I might end up drinking it later. Just, that's crazy. 3 hours that thing remained hot. I love that. That is going to get a tremendous amount of utility. Well, provide a tremendous amount of utility. Now, what are the odds that they've merely tucked the distress pistol away in a different area? Unlikely, admittedly, but I want to check, because leaving here without it is going to hurt. But alas, it does look like I'm leaving here without it. Alright, we gotta do this rope climb now. We didn't forget our bedroll, we didn't forget our cans, we're good. Alright. Yeah, we want to drink at least a quarter of that remaining coffee. And we're gonna want to rest at this ledge. It's requisite. Taking too much of a chance if you don't. Let's get our stamina back. Alright, we've got it back. That should be all we require for the rest of the way. I love that. I mean, at first I was disappointed, but I feel like it adds this level of, you know, it feels a lot less gamey now to know that you can come here and not get a flare gun and that it might spawn in various locations. For all I know, I might find a flare gun in Skeeter's Ridge. I might find it near the plane crash beside Skeeter's Ridge. Will I even find one at Timberwolf? Right? These questions are stimulating. Ash Canyon's Gold Mine, Black Rock Penitentiary. Can I find one there? Yeah, this is different. And I gotta admit, Tales from the Far Territory seems like the update. It's, I waited a long time for updates to survival mode, and now it seems we finally have the ones I was waiting for. Makes me very happy. And I have complete faith in the current direction of the game. It just seemed like all they cared about was Wintermute and survival was neglected, but they have done so much TLC work to even Interloper difficulty. It just makes me so happy. I can't overstate that. Now, what are the chances that they've stuffed new loot variations over here? Because for the longest time, you could not really find anything here. I think it's worth checking, even though it's a long distance, for the sake of discovery. Hey, a second arrowhead. Okay. Alright, it's time we got back. And let's check on the status of this hot drink here. It's still hot. Holy shit. So I can drink that right now.
Damn.
To alleviate my hypothermia risk. Yeah. I'm warmed up. Oh, that is beautiful. That flask, game changer. A complete fucking game changer. I almost even feel like if it only kept your drinks warm for 2 hours, it would be suitably useful. But the fact that it lasts longer than that is just fucking incredible. They could nerf it, and I'd still be happy with it. Not that I want them to nerf it, but I'm just saying, like, that's amazing. Let's watch out here. Could be a bear, could be wolves. Alright. Let's run back the rest of the way. It's so dark in there. And it's the middle of the day, so I'm gonna actually need to walk through Carter Hydro Dam with a torch. Crazy. I'm pretty sure I left 6 matches there. We should mark that down. And we'll need a new stash here. And, while I'm here, guys, I'm just gonna, off camera, duplicate this notes section. I'm gonna make sure I have it in multiple places so that it can't be deleted like I told you about before. Carter Hydro Dam. Alright, so I'll get started on all this and you guys will see me on the other side when it's all done. Oh, that sucks. What? Oh wait, I can cancel. Oh, come on. No. Alright, I guess I'll just quit and go back. Alright guys, full disclosure, I accidentally deleted the notes. I tried to copy them. You can't copy them in this game. The only option is to retype it. But I'm able to undo that if I quit the game. So I'm going to quit the game, I'm going to come back in. It's not to undo a death, it's not to undo anything really, really bad. It's just to make sure that I can preserve my note-taking. Okay? So load game. We're back. There was no consequence. The only thing that's shitty is I have to write down everything I have stockpiled here again, and I have to organize it all again. But that's, you know, better that than losing all the note-taking that we've endeavored to do up until now, right? So that's it. I just wanted to let you guys know that I made a judgment call, and in order to preserve my note-taking for my various outposts, I have decided to exit the game and come back in only because you can't copy and paste within the game, alright? I just wanted to let you know. You can make your own judgments about me however you want, but I've decided to do this. But I can vow to you that you will never, ever, in a million years, see me undo a harsh consequence for making a mistake. Alright? I will die if I deserve to die. I don't save scum shit like that. I will even... It doesn't matter what happens. I just don't save scum for anything outside of menial shit like this. Alright, let's get this shit written down. Alright, guys. After quite a lot of time and effort, I have extracted all of the... I've hand-typed...
Feels like an empty pit.
I've hand-typed all of this into an external text document on my desktop so that I can't possibly lose my documentation. And now every time I start a new one, I'm gonna make sure that... Every time I start a new stockpile, I'll just add it to that text document instead. So, I would like to start searching this place, but I would also like to search this safe over here before I light my torch. So as I said, you can kind of use the sleeping bag to navigate your way through the dark. Yeah, I want to open this before we light a torch, or else we're just wasting the torch's durability. Roughly 27... Alright, 28. 45. Done.
I might have to drop some gear.
Alright. Now my inventory is sorted. We're definitely going to need more tinder soon, and we are already encumbered. But we can drink some water to alleviate that a little bit. Let's light this torch. We need light in order to loot effectively here. And hopefully we'll just find a lantern soon.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Very nice. In fact, after we're done looting this place, we might actually want to backtrack to where our stash is, just to make sure that we're not overloaded going into Pleasant Valley.
Where's the good stuff?
Oh yeah, can of spray paint, that is the good stuff. I guess I'm just glad that now my stockpile of items,
I need to drop something.
my annotations will not just be spontaneously deleted at any point like they were in a previous playthrough. It's better to have, you know, it was quite a shock when I was like, wow, I went to all that effort of documenting literally everything and now it's just deleted. Something went wrong on the game's end. It kind of sucked, but now that I know about that glitch and now that you know about it, we can engage in more intelligent note-taking. Alright, hopefully there's gonna be a lantern sitting around here somewhere, because... I hate not having one. I really hope we find one before we progress through the entire dam. Hey, jerry can, that's nice. Fuel for the lantern we still don't have. Alright, we're gonna want to swap out the torch. The light's getting a little dim. Alright. Yeah, there's no torch here. Sorry, no lantern here. Let's go this way.
What have we here?
New combat boots, eh? That's not bad. Although, like, they might debilitate my movement speed or my stamina efficiency to a point where I don't want to wear them. I'll review that after. I'll figure out if I want to swap my shoes to those combat boots. They are new, and if they're significantly warmer, it just might be worth it, you know? I'm gonna want to go all the way to the bottom of this staircase now. Historically, there's never been anything there, but since they shuffled loot around so much, there could be. And now that we found that jerry can, we can craft a new 100% torch. Which is good, I was hoping that we'd be able to do that. The one we crafted in the beginning of the game is now at like 60%, and we're probably going to use up the entire thing just getting through Carter Hydro Dam.
Could end up being useful.
Antiseptic. That's the kind of thing you leave at a base, but not the kind of thing you carry on when it's too heavy. Can't let that torch go out, or I gotta use another match. It may be wise to rest before we search the rest of Carter Hydro Dam. We're getting extra encumbered and being slowed down to an additional extent because of how tired we are.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Oh, jeez. Alright, at least we can move again. Anything up here?
Not sure why I feel so tired.
Well, you are carrying, like, what, 40 kilograms? Alright, we've searched this area well enough. We're gonna put this torch out. Now, let's compare these shoes. 0 mobility penalty on the running shoes, and 7% on that, but you gain 9% protection, 20% waterproof, and a shitload of weather resistance. Alright, I'll wear the combat boots. And we can swap our jeans out for these new ones. And now that we're fully tired, we can eat some of our lower condition food. Alright. Alright, let's get our rest right now. Away from the wires, obviously. I don't want to fry to death in my sleep. Alright, we have to add 6 antibiotics, antiseptic, 2 bandages, 15 books. Right, and we're going to add it to our text document instead. 5 cloth. Wait, deposit. Alright, so 6 cloth, 2 leather, and 4 scrap metal. Okay, we've updated our cache document. Now we have to eat, we have to rest. Lowest condition food, since we can sleep away any food poisoning we happen to get. 476, and we'll just eat this entire can. We've gotten quite fortunate with our food poisoning. Haven't gotten it yet, and we've eaten a lot of bad food. Alright, I'm away from those wires, so even in the event of an aurora, I should be fine. Yeah. See, if I was sleeping on wires right now, I'd probably be dead. Okay, I wonder how much cabin fever risk I racked up while I was filling in that text document.
Never been so hungry in my life.
Anyway, I guess that doesn't matter for now. Let's craft ourselves 2 100% torches to take. Because it's not really likely that we're gonna find a... What do we need for it, anyway? I know we need sticks and we need, oil, cloth. Okay. So we can make 2. Oh yeah, the jerry can. We never deposited the jerry can, did we? No, we didn't. Alright, we now have 2 brand new torches that we can use to get through the entirety of Carter Hydro Dam while looting it. Now, let's deposit the lantern oil. Jerry can, 1.95 liters. Okay guys, we're ready to hit the road. It's time to progress through Carter Hydro Dam, finally, at long last, and proceed to Pleasant Valley. We'll start with our shittier torch first. We've searched all the shit down around here. It's time to just progress and hope that we get a lantern on the way. I'm definitely going to want to give this place a more thorough search than usual. With the item spawns as switched up as they are, I could find anything, anywhere. Let's check under the stairs. So far, nothing new yet, loot-wise. Historically, there's been a flare over here. Not anymore. Alright, this brand new torch, it might last us the rest of the way through here. There's a flare. We don't really need to climb down that rope. That's just unnecessary fatigue. Instead, I jump down here. Easy as pie. Alright, I think we're done here. Let's progress. Hello there. Alright, let's really cross our fingers and hope we find a lantern somewhere before we exit the dam. Whetstone. Candy bar. Pays to be thorough, right? Be thorough. I found too many useful things because of my thoroughness. So I'm kind of conditioned now to really look in odd places that I would not have normally looked over a year ago. So far, so good. The torch is holding up just fine. We might even find another torch down here. I remember you could. There would just be a torch or a wool scarf sitting on the ground around here. Although I think I already passed the location where the torch would be. And if I recall, the wool scarf was over there. Altered loot tables. It's honestly kind of cool. Everything's different now. It's no longer as predictable. Got simple tools down here.
Someone's gotta go.
We came this way first because it's a dead end. If you don't explore here, then you're pretty much missing a shitload of loot. Requires memento key. Alright, cooking pot. Sewing kit. Both very good things. It's worth coming to the end. Now, I'm gonna try to haul ass back to our stash and unload everything that's really heavy that we just got. So I will see you guys at the stash, and then we will quickly edit ourselves to the exit of Carter Hydro Dam. Alright, see you there. Hey, I missed these. Another set of simple tools, that's awesome. Alright, I think we've documented everything that matters. So I'm gonna walk my way through here and then we'll rest before we leave Carter Hydro Dam, making sure that we don't end up accidentally resting on live wires during an aurora. Alright, I'll see you guys at the exit. As you guys can see, having the bedroll out makes it a lot easier. You can actually more or less make out the objects around you, and you can tell what's going on. It's not infallible, but it can work. See, I just found my way down that staircase in pitch darkness. am I getting stopped on here? I may need to just bust out a torch. Oh, we're good. Alright, we now have some light to work with. Ugh. Alright guys, we've made it to the exit. It's time to get some rest, but, I have to make sure I'm not resting near any wires. That's the most important thing. So maybe like in this doorway will be relatively safe. We don't really need any health back, but we should at least prevent health loss by eating something. So we'll just eat this crunchy stuff right here. And then we'll eat a fraction of a carrot. Okay. Cabin fever risk. That's a result of all the annotations that we were doing in that text document.
Where can I find something to eat?
100% that's what it is. But that's okay, we can shed it pretty easily with any cave, anytime, anywhere. As long as it's not an aurora. If you get cornered by a wolf in a cave, you have no way of scaring it off. At least during an aurora, because they don't run away from flares and torches and shit, you know? Anyway, we can gather a little bit of fire fuel, but really not that much. And it's one arrow down as long as we're in a windproof location, so we're going to try to stick to windproof areas. There is one wolf that patrols this area, as far as I know. So as long as we avoid him with due competence, then we'll be fine getting through here. I could continue following that path, but there's a shortcut down this way that I prefer to take. It greatly mitigates the travel time. Let's keep an eye out for that wolf. He could be anywhere. And let's not hug this corner, because he could be around it. He's probably over there. Let's hoof it to this wall. The more wind coverage we have, the better. Alright. Sardines, accelerant. This is the best place to get rid of cabin fever, if you have it. The back of a cave. It's very warm, comparatively, so... We'll sleep here for an hour. I know it might make it a little bit colder, but I'm not worried about our footpath to Signal Hill from here. And we have an indoor transition cave to go through. So just like that, our cabin fever is gone. And now we have more ambient brightness, which is fortunate and useful. It's so warm, I feel like we could maybe do some research here to rack up some time outside for cabin fever. So I think we're going to do that. Ugh. We can't eat the low condition food for that, though. I'm going to want to eat the highest condition food possible. We are fully rested, so if we got food poisoning now, it'd be harder to deal with. Alright, let's try 3 hours of research.
I could eat anything right now.
You know how much cabin fever risk we just got rid of? Alright, 2 more hours. Calories. Yeah, we ran out of calories to finish. Alright, we can eat... We don't need much. I mean, I think if you
I
eat...
think my stomach is eating itself.
Let's just eat this carrot. Yeah, that'll give us enough. And we can finish that book. Oh, other one. Yes. There. We are almost level 2 in mending. When we read that other book, we will be. So what do you guys think? As long as the temperature holds, I should probably just stay here and keep trying to research, huh? Sounds like a good idea to me. Then we'll eat this last carrot, and I think that gives us enough calories to finish the research. But we'll see. And temperature might stop us as well. There's no guarantee it's not going to get too cold to handle. But we'll go as long as we can.
I could eat anything.
Temperature's bad. Alright, we can make it to the indoor transition cave now. Oh god, a blizzard? Yep, it's time to go. Let's take a big drink, and we're gonna have to walk through this blizzard even though I don't want to.
My fingers feel numb.
Well, run through it. I hope I remember these turns. It sucks to hit a dead end.
So cold.
We're almost there. We don't have much further to go before we're inside.
All I can think about is food.
We're gonna have to take a left-hand turn up here. If we keep going straight, then we waste valuable time and clothing durability, because remember, our clothing is getting fucked by this blizzard. We need more tinder, and we don't have that many cattail stalks on us. There it is. The indoor transition cave. Let's get out of this weather. Okay. Looks like we'll be alright now, but we'll wait until we're at the exit to the cave before we sleep. They should change that to make it so you can actually see the weather conditions outdoors when you look up at it. That'd be pretty cool. If it was true to the current weather, you know? Now, I would like to find... How are we doing on matches? We're honestly doing so good that we don't have to worry about it, if I may be so honest. Let's just light a torch.
Damn it.
That there.
So hungry.
Maybe we'll try to take a couple. Carry weight will allow. Now, I don't know which way is the dead end or not. Alright, I have a strong feeling that the dead end was the other way, so we'll go there first. And see if there's any loot. Yep. Okay. We can at least carry all of this coal to the exit. It would be wise. We have the weight to spare. We can still sprint.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Yeah, we'll leave a little stash of goods at the entrance to the cave. I don't want to walk to the signal tower disencumbered, you know? That deer might remain as long as we don't interact with it. I'm not sure. But, again, I wouldn't travel smelling like guts and meat anyway. So we're gonna leave it there as a matter of principle. And while I could theoretically drop the hide and the guts at the entrance to this cave, I'm just still not gonna bother. We have our torch going. I don't want to use another match. We're already tired. And we got places to be. 36.27. We can Continue to sprint for another 3.74 weight points. Alright, we're almost out. I can still hear the winds howling out there. So right here is where we're gonna dump this stuff. Let's put our torch out. We don't need it lit anymore. Boom. We now have a pile of 15 coal just sitting there, and we're gonna make sure we mark that on in our journal. I could take the sticks with me. Yeah, we don't need to drop anything but the coal. Alright, I'm gonna annotate that down. Alright guys, I've annotated it. It's time that we got going, but not before getting a meaningful rest. It's a good thing we spent those 10 hours researching outside, because we have probably virtually zero cabin fever risk thanks to that. Ugh, that is a good chance of making me sick. We'll eat these. It's not below 30%, so it's not at the worst chance bracket yet. Alright. We didn't need to eat all that, given how much health we're missing, but I'm not too worried about it. I won't grow too complacent, I promise. In fact, now is when the game gets truly dangerous, so now is the time when I should be as careful as possible. We are officially entering the big leagues. Now, what time is it? It is night, and that green glow may indicate Aurora.
My stomach feels like an empty pit.
No, we're alright. Okay, we're gonna head for Signal Hill now. That's our next stop. We don't even need to run. Let's just walk if it's this warm. Plenty of cliff sides that I can lose a predator on. I don't think I need to worry about being ambushed here, of all places. But you never know. Very nice. I don't think there's anything in here. But there is, you know, there's frequent wolf patrols all over Pleasant Valley, but certainly here you can get ambushed by 1 or 2 patrolling wolves. So I'll try to keep sharp, you know. Nice. Good amount of feathers. Signal Hill is that way. So, what's our game plan for Pleasant Valley? Well, right now I'm looking for wolves through the tree line, but we're gonna go to Signal Hill, we're gonna search it, then we're gonna descend to the Pleasant Valley farmhouse, we're gonna search the shed on the way to the farmhouse. From the farmhouse, we cross the river and search the Pleasant Valley outbuildings. From there, I think we ascend to the plane crash, and then I could go search Thompson's Crossing. In fact, I probably should, because we may end up finding a lantern there. I think I'll go search Thompson's Crossing. I'll decide later. The thing is, once you enter a region, you trigger the decomposition of everything in it. So every container containing an item, every piece of clothing at the plane crash, the clock is now officially ticking since I've entered this region. I have to, so if I don't search Thompson's Crossing, I may end up missing out on something that decomposes by the time I next come back to Pleasant Valley. So I think that's it. Pleasant Valley Farmstead, Pleasant Valley Outbuildings, Thompson's Crossing, and then we go to the plane crash site. There's another one of those transmitters that you can repair. I'm still very curious about those and what purpose they serve and how I can best utilize them. But I don't want to spoil it for myself by Googling it if I can make it to the end game and actually discover that myself. Right? Now, we don't currently have a good ambient light level with which we can search this place. So I'll have to be very thorough with the white pointer. Sewing kit. Underneath, wires. Yeah, it's metal shelf. Let's check under the lockers. Nothing. While we still have at least a fraction of ambient light, I need to take a close look around here. Wires. There's probably a flare tucked away somewhere around here. Usually is. Car battery.
To weigh me down.
Yeah, it's heavy as shit. Let's check under the desk. And around the desk. Nothing there. Scrap metal in here. The music is pretty ominous. Ominous gaunt. Anyway, I don't see a flare around here. If you saw one and I missed it, then I apologize, because that sort of thing pisses me off too. It's right there! But I can't hear you. Yeah. Excellent. Ketchup chips, yes. Work boots. Alright. Let's create a little stash here. We no longer need the sewing primer books. We've researched them. Beautiful. Mending level 2. Alright. Let's look for loose loot before we lose the rest of this ambient lighting. So I see nothing of value down there. Under this desk. Over here there's often some stuff. Yeah, Pinnacle Peaches. Toaster. Sometimes there's coffee grounds around here. At least there were last time I played. Placement fuse. Stack of papers. I'm not... Oh, tin of coffee. There it is. The ambient brightness was just so low that it was hard to see. Alright, and wow, another pair of combat boots. Anything up there other than a stack of papers? I don't think so. I don't see anything under the bed. And there's that flare I was looking for. Excellent. Another bag of ketchup chips. I am a god. Alright, let's create a stash here. I'll mark everything down, and then... well, we can head out. If I leave these clothes here, then they're probably going to end up decomposing by the time I come back, so I'm just going to harvest them now. Because the leather and cloth will not decompose. So a blizzard did start out there. That's okay, because we have another book we can research that we ought to research soon. Then we can unload it, right? It won't take up space anymore. But save food. I can't eat the dangerous food. Not like this. And then we'll eat a quarter of this other box. Alright. Right. We probably need light in order to research this, don't we? Yep, we sure do. So, is it a blizzard? It is indeed a blizzard. Alright. So we wasted a little food, but we'll just have to live with it. Let's get a nap. Blizzard's still going?
I could eat a horse.
Yep. Alright, well, we need a way to spend the time. Let's repair some of our clothing. We did find a sewing kit. But we don't have any cloth, do we? Son of a... Is there like a blanket hanging somewhere around here? Wish I could harvest that flag, treasonous as it might be. But whatever, our Prime Minister's a douche anyway. It's okay to harvest it right now. I have to figure out something to do with my time. This sucks. You know what? It's a pretty short walk. I could honestly probably just head to the Pleasant Valley Farmstead right now. I may as well. Alright, so I'm gonna take inventory of everything here and then we'll head out. Alright, so we're taking the sewing kit with us and I have the rest of it all marked. We have a full inventory. Well, we've taken inventory of everything here. Our inventory's actually got 3 kilograms left, which is nice. And now we're 1 kilogram lighter since we ditched those books. It was good that we researched them. I wish we could have been more productive here, but that was just the way it worked out, so. Let's hope that this blizzard ends before I go. We'll wait and then sleep an hour, and if it hasn't ended, we're just gonna go. There's 2 bathrooms at the farmstead, so when we get there, we'll have free, easy access to water.
I need to find food.
Alright. Well, let's run it in the blizzard. It's our only option right now. Besides, this means that we won't get bounded upon by any bears or wolves. It can be beneficial. I am confident in my ability to navigate Pleasant Valley during a blizzard. Let's hope it's not misplaced confidence, huh? I think I can get down here safely through rock climbing. We're gonna find out, aren't we? There's the rope. We have to go this way. Here's the first hill, and there's the second, between 2 massive rock formations. And if we proceed forward through that, we should get to the barn. It's a good way to find the rope climb in a blizzard. You go between these 2 rock formations, directly between those 2 trees, and that's where the rope climb is. So it works both ways. There's the barn, I think. Now, finding the actual farmstead can be trickier. And I'd like to properly loot this place. I mean, I know there's a way up there, and what if they added loot up there, right? So we're gonna sleep until dawn. And hopefully there'll be enough ambient light to give this place a proper search. We're making good time, I think. Let's check our time. What day is it? Alright, so we're partway through day 14. And I wanted to reach Timberwolf Mountain by day 20. So it looks like we're making good time on that front. The in-game world is at its coldest on day 30. So that's, you know, you have until day 10 before your cabin fever starts being a problem, and you have until day 30 before the world's temperature starts being a problem. Yeah, you can get up here. Let's see if they've added anything special to this area. Because I remember every time I checked here in prior playthroughs years ago, there was never anything. But who knows, maybe they wised up and put something really special up here, because it is a really interesting place to reach. Maybe I'll find something over there. Dead body. And a backpack. So they did add loot to this. Even if there's nothing in there, like, it's cool, because it just, depending on the difficulty you play on, you'll have much better...
Just
Look at
what I
that.
need.
I got beef jerky for coming up here. Right on. That makes me very happy. Alright. Let's get out of here. In a blizzard, it can be pretty tricky to find the farmstead. If you go straight after leaving that door, you won't get there. But what I usually do is seek out these power lines in a blizzard, and then I follow the road, and if you end up seeing a car over there before you see the house, then the car's hood is facing the house. So that's more or less how you navigate your way to the farmstead from that direction during a blizzard. You can tell you're on the road when you're surrounded by 2 hills. And following the crisscrossing power lines, you can see all of this in a blizzard. So it's kind of like your waypoint. And as you can see, the hood of that car is facing the house. So if you follow the road and the power lines and you find this car, then the car can lead you to the house. Because from here, in a blizzard, you can't really always see that house. Nothing of
Die if I
interest.
don't warm up soon.
That wolf is, he's at a respectable distance. We don't have to worry about him. Alright. Before we head inside, let me check these, patios and, this outbuilding over here. Sometimes there's a deer behind it. Simple tools.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
I don't even want to pick up the frickin' car battery. 15 kilograms? Like... I'm not sure if they decompose when outdoors, but... I'm not really worried about car batteries. I can't craft ammunition and interloper anyway. Even if you could, what gun would you fire it with, right? So... I don't need to worry about the car batteries. Anyway, I see nothing on the balconies. I see nothing on the patios. This one, however, has something. Alright. Okay. Here is yet another outpost for us to use. I meant to read that, but I'm still not really familiar with the controls. I know it's spacebar to read it, click to take it, but usually I end up clicking because I forget and I mix up the two, right? But at a later point in time, I can open every note for you in my interface so that you can read through all of them. I can bring it up for 1 second and you can just pause the video to read the whole thing, just like we did in Survival Fountain of Youth.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Take half a liter. I really want to check out the basement, because apparently that's one of the potential locations for finding a flare gun. I don't really care much about that spoiler, because I would have searched there anyway. Another can opener. Gotta be thorough. We're gonna want to repair our clothing soon, but we might actually find better clothing at the plane crash. And we're gonna find a lot of clothes there that we have to harvest anyway, so... I may repair my clothing in Skeeter's Ridge. But I brought the sewing kit that we found at Signal Hill, so we don't have to worry about that. we have the sewing kit that we'll need, and we'll have a boosted chance of success when attempting the repairs. Now, let's make sure I'm not missing anything. I have found a sewing book here before. You never know. I want to search all the locations that I've never thought to look before. Just because the loot's been changed around so much, you know.
What have we here?
I don't know how the hell that baseball cap protects you from frostbite. Like, it doesn't cover your ears, you know? Alright. Well, we're done up here. Let's deposit everything into the freezer. And the fridge, and then we'll go to the basement and search there. Only need one sewing kit. We can leave the cooking pot here. Alright, we're gonna go downstairs, take a look, and bring up whatever's there. And then I will annotate what we've left here in the farmstead. And then we'll move on. I'd much rather a carrot sack, since you can actually eat the carrots without cooking them.
There's got to be something useful in here.
Nice. Something very useful. Not that we've gotten any use out of antibiotics so far, but they have their moments. Some fuse. No more matches right here, eh? Used to be a 100% consistency
Too
match
heavy.
spawn. And you can find a mag lens in here. In that shelf right there. I'm not sure if you still can, but prior to these updates, you certainly could. Still no storm lantern, eh? Can you believe it? That's what I'm talking about. Alright. Another pair of wool socks. Beautiful. We now have top tier socks. No flare gun here. Hopefully we'll find one at the Timberwolf, or at the Pleasant Valley plane crash site. Damn, this place was, it was actually quite barren compared to the loot I'm used to getting here. We did find the wool socks and a whetstone, which is nice, and a soda. But I am definitely used to finding a lot more here. Let's try to take a closer look. Make sure we're not missing anything. I still might miss something even though I'm trying to be thorough. Alright, so despite very meticulous searching, I didn't seem to find anything additional on top of what we've already found. Yeah, it used to be there was like a 100% pack of matches here, 100% chance for simple tools. None of that stuff now. And if it is here, then and I didn't find it. Who knows? Maybe they stuffed that... Maybe they stuffed those items inside, like, a crate that you can dismantle or something, you know? Like, maybe inside this crate there's a pack of matches. Couldn't tell you. But we're still doing okay on matches, and we will find more. Is it sunny outside? Sure is. Let's make use of that. Wait, I should start this fire from right here. Because if a wild animal shows up, it'll get stopped here. Wild animals that are in pursuit of you will stop and growl if there's a fire between you and them. But if I was over here, then I could actually get attacked while I'm trying to start the fire. At least this way they'll stop at the fire. But if I fail...
Well, that didn't work.
Like that, and they're standing there growling, then I get attacked anyway, right? But we have a chance to start a free fire here, and we can use that free fire to not only produce more water, but to process the coffee that we found at Signal Hill.
Come on.
And it's not quite evening yet. We'll let it warm up a little bit. Maybe scrap whatever. We'll harvest whatever clothing we have, produce more water, cook
Didn't
the
that
coffee,
work?
and then by then it'll probably be like the evening, and we can head to the Pleasant Valley outbuildings toward Thompson's Crossing.
Come on.
There we are.
That did it.
A free fire, look at that. Alright. Oh shit, we have no more tinder. Alright, hang on. I know what to do. We need to keep this fire going. Put out our torch. And we can craft more tinder from sticks.
Getting kind of thirsty.
Alright. Now we're good. We'd have to fail 4 times in order to get fucked over like that again. Mind you, in trying to start these 2 fires, we did fail like 4 times, which is pretty crazy. Or 3. Alright, good to go.
That did it.
That indeed did it.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
We might need to use reclaimed wood for this fire. We'll see. We have the tin of coffee on us. Those will all take a very long time. This'll be quick. Yeah, let's do that. We don't have the water for that, so we'll need that water to finish before we can keep making more. Unless we're willing to just... yeah, let's just clean out this toilet. It's good, too, because we can eat the brown chunks for extra sustenance. I think that's it for that tin of coffee. Yep, we made it all. Now, let's process a single rose hip. We drank one, so we should replace it with another. Okay. Damn, that sounded like a shit hitting a toilet bowl. The way it plops in the water and goes back up your ass. I'm gonna edit that out. You'll never know I said that. Yeah. We'll be able to get a lot of water in Thompson's Crossing, so let's not worry too much about how much water we have right now.
I need to drop something.
Might be smart to do one more batch, though. Sadly, we just don't have the wood for it. But that's okay. I'm satisfied with what we have. So, let's grab our cans, and let's start marking down everything that we have here. Alright. 5 cloth. So we have 6 in total. Alright guys, I've taken down everything that we have here. It's all written. Most of our weight, as usual, is just food. I stored 5 coffees in there. We now have 3 again. Yeah. Plus the one that's almost depleted. So 2 plus the one that's almost depleted. We're going to want as many flares and marine flares as possible. In fact, I probably should have been trying to take more with me, but I think a torch has the same effect. Like, as long as you're holding a torch, they probably won't bite you. But the torch is dependent on the wind conditions, whereas the flare is not. So from now on, I'm going to start stockpiling flares to take with me to Blackrock. We're going to take the sewing kit in case we get stranded indoors because of a blizzard. Let's get moving. So, if you want to reach the outbuildings in an expedited manner from here, best way to do that, from that door, go behind this grain silo here. Behind this grain silo, over the hill, across the river. Outbuildings are right there, as you can see. We just go straight from here. Obviously, be careful when cresting hills. You don't want to walk into a wolf if you can avoid it. I'm gonna walk only because we are, you know, borderline exhausted. We're gonna start losing our maximum carry capacity soon unless we just walk. And I don't want to lose my max carry capacity because we're already at 29 kilograms of stuff carried, so we would slow down quite a lot. And it's crucial that if I attract a wolf, I'm able to run as fast as possible in order to get to a ledge or a tree or something that can break his pathing. Let alone a bear, right? You're less likely to die in a struggle against a bear, but he's more likely to ravage and destroy your clothing, your bedroll, your mag lens. Once I'm done searching this barn over here, I'm not gonna go to the road. I know your movement speed is boosted on the road, but I can actually get to Thompson's Crossing faster if I go that way. The shortest distance between 2 places is a straight line. And going that way is a straight line. If I go there, I'm going sideways to then have a slight movement speed boost. It's not really worth it. Emergency stim. Alright, that makes 4. We now have 4 emergency heals and 4 instances of unlimited stamina. That is what I call accident forgiveness. Alright. Again, let's be extra thorough, because they have switched the loot tables around. Quite a bit, in fact. I'm still blown away by the fact that I did not find a distress pistol at the bottom of the ravine. It's easy to forget just how much you lean on one specific thing, right? How much you depend on it. You don't always notice. Alright. Just like my wife, you know? So dependent on her, but it's easy to take her for granted. A lot of you probably understand the same, you know? Day-to-day life, you get frustrated. You get, you know, insecure sometimes, or you feel like your efforts aren't culminating in accomplishment enough, and... But we keep forging ahead through that. Make sure that you read the health cookie about dopamine hacking, because I've learned, personally, that a lot of my unhappiness came from my inability, or my unwillingness, to regulate my own dopamine releases. It's a bad thing to allow yourself to be excited. It's a very bad thing. Because if you get super excited, there's a resultant crash that follows. Alright, plenty of water. We've shed some weight by drinking it. Now, there's a bear over there, and there was a wolf over that way. Let's check in here. Might be like a can of soda on the floor or something. Alright, so now, from here, you're gonna head up that hill, past this derelict home. You're gonna cross the bridge and you're gonna follow the dirt road. We're gonna create a new loot stash at Thompson's Crossing for everything we find there, and then we'll go straight from Thompson's Crossing to the plane crash. And from there, it's Timberwolf Mountain. And the start of the real game. Alright, so you can see the metal bridge from here. But in a blizzard, all you have to do, literally all you have to do, is keep note of these hills. Those hills indicate that you're still on the dirt road. And you can follow this all the way to the pavement. The only shitty part about these hills is that if there's a wolf on the other side of them, my view will be obstructed and I will not see it. So right now, since it's not a blizzard and I have no reason to, I'm not going to walk on that road. I'm going to walk beside it, where I have elevation and good sight lines all around me. Yeah, if you go that way, between these two large rock formations, that leads you to the church. Over there is the crashed truck. I'm going to skip that truck entirely. Well, if I wasn't freezing, I would check it out. Because they've changed the loot so much, there might be very different things at that crashed truck now. In the interest of responsible resource management, including our vital resources, I'm gonna get to a warmer place. Start searching Thompson's Crossing. Let's conserve our stamina. We may need to run away from something. Alright, we found all kinds of books in this church, but that's about it. I don't see a wolf nearby. What the fuck was that? Must have been the bridge creaking.
So cold. Just want to lay down for a bit.
Pry bar. Alright, we're gonna go straight to the community center right here. Still no basement here. I'd like to see them add a basement there someday. Alright, we're gonna use this large trunk over here as our loot stash. Okay. We're gonna keep the sewing kit on us, because we might want to repair our clothing if we get, you know, like I said, boxed in by a blizzard. Our carry weight is becoming such a problem because we have so much food. You know what? I'm gonna make a conscious effort to not only eat the bad conditioned food first, but the heavy stuff. So if we can get rid of some of these cans, that will reduce our inventory quite a bit. I probably should have been eating them up until now, but you know, I wanted to get rid of the lower conditioned food first. The times when I researched, I definitely should have been eating canned food. But better I realize that now than never. And with any luck, we will have shed a lot of canned food weight by the time we do the rope climb. I'd love to look up there. Alright. I removed these tables once to see if there was a lootable cabin or cabinet like this one, but there's not. Unless they've changed it.
I need more of that.
Nice.
Someone's
New
gotta
pork
go.
and beans. More canned food to weigh us down. Take a moment to appreciate this, guys. They literally put a cooking skillet on that shelf. That narrow little shelf, there's actually something there. That's fucking awesome. I love the way that they redid the loot because it rewards perception. Like, if you're willing to look in every nook and cranny, you will find so much additional loot. Doesn't seem like much when it's only like, you know, a package of beef jerky or whatever, but think about how much extra food we found. Just because we were willing to look a little extra. Haven't found a pack of matches in a while. Alright. Last 3 cupboards, and then we're done searching at least this place. And, I kind of want to rest. Only because we'd be really vulnerable if we entered a struggle right now. But at the same time, I want to conserve daylight. Because the moment it's nighttime, we can no longer search the houses around here. So, I'm not going to sleep yet, but I'm going to proceed with extraordinary caution to make sure we don't get bounded upon by a wolf. So much food. Alright, we're going to temporarily deposit all this food. Just while we, you know, while we search these houses. And we're only going to take low-condition canned food, I think. In fact, we don't really need any water at all, because we're going to be finding more in the houses. Alright, let's take a look in here. Alright, I think that's everything of significant value here. We're not going to mark everything that's stored here. We're not going to write it down until we're done looting around the area. Hopefully we find a storm lantern. Still waiting on that. I'm only gonna run if I get seen. Nothing. Nothing. fire barrel.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
It's quite dark in here. Our ambient lighting is very limited. But we'll find what we can, despite that. Wood matches. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright. I was getting worried about our match supply, but it looks like we've prolonged it a little. Forgot to bring some low-condition canned food, I think, but that's okay. We got a couple cans of dog food that I really want to use up. Now, there could be more in here that I just can't detect because it's too dark. In fact, it's extremely likely, so I'm just gonna go home and get some rest. Well, yeah, this is one of many homes. We can get 10 hours of rest. There's no time like the present to shed some of this weight here. I have no idea how I have not gotten food poisoning yet. We're just gonna completely fill our bellies this time. I almost feel like that level of frivolity is necessary because we can't climb up to Timberwolf with this much food. We just can't, so we're gonna have to eat some of it. And I'll prioritize canned food. We'll research these 2 books, and I'll use canned food to do it. But later. Okay. We are well rested. And it's almost dawn. We are gonna have to pass time until dawn. Oh, God. Okay, bedroll. I need my bedroll out. Now we pass time until the sun is fully risen. There we go. We're prepared. Now we can properly search that gas station. Oh, God. Running River Oats, Frontier Shooting Guide. It's a book, we can burn it. A useless book in a game without guns, but... Alright. Candy bar, potato. Don't give a shit about the stump remover.
I think I can use this.
3rd arrowhead. Sewing kit, very nice. Think that's it. We found a pack of matches, we found a sewing kit. It was a good search. I'm giving it one more courtesy check to see if there's like a whetstone that I missed around here. Or anything of the sort. But I can't see such a thing. Alright, let's go. We're gonna cross the bridge to the right, and we're going to check for lootable houses over there. Wow, he saw me from damn far, huh? Alright. crazy. I just want some distance between that wolf and I. I don't know where he is. We might have to make a mad dash for the gas station.
Cold
Oh,
is
he's
making
over
my head
there.
feel thick.
We're alright. Let's go. Alright. We'll search all of these homesteads, and then it's going to be time for the plane crash and the climb to Timberwolf Mountain. Well, that's it for this house.
Can't feel my feet. Goddamn freezing.
No feathers on this guy.
Damn. I'm freezing.
Alright, I think this is the last location we're gonna have to search in Thompson's Crossing before we can get out of here. Another thing of coffee. I don't think we're going to prepare that until we are in Timberwolf Mountain. Maybe we will leave a stash of 5 coffee mugs and 5 herbal teas now at the Mountaineer's hut.
I'll be hungry later.
Hell, I'll eat that now. It's fresh. May as well. A suitcase, huh? Wonder what I'll find in there. Nada. Okay, I think we're done. Other than this, ooh, marine flare. Okay, very good. We need more flares for when we go to Blackrock. I see nothing else here. Alright, let's get back to the town hall. It's kind of shitty that I'm not going to Coastal Highway, because you know what? There's a decent chance of a storm lantern spawning in that cave that connects Pleasant Valley to Coastal Highway. Oh, that can of pop is just about to go. I may as well just... Yeah, let's just drink that now. Deposit the arrowhead. We're going to want to, as I said, research these 2 books. I think we'll do that now, because it's pretty early in the day, and we can unload some of this canned food while we do it. So it's all sorted by condition. We're just going to go with the food, cans of food that are the heaviest and lowest. Heaviest and lowest. So Pinnacle Peaches first. Well, let's get started. Beautiful. We've shed a decent amount of weight right there. Now for the other one. And we managed to finish before it got dark. Too dark to read, anyway. Wonderful. We now have archery and mending level 2, and we can leave these books behind. And we can deposit all 5 of these, the cedar wood. We'll deposit 2 accelerants as well. So as of right now, we are capable of making that climb. And we have a couple pieces of clothing that we can scrap as well. We're gonna have to make another loot stash at the abandoned prepper cache. That's where we're gonna put all the cloth and leather and stuff that we find at the plane crash. Alright. Let's get our bedroll out so that we can make out the terrain. So that's the table. We have to go through this doorway. You see how useful this is? It helps you get around. So right there is where the stove is. I'm gonna put my excess cans on it. So we have 2 cans now. Take the bedroll out. I can find my way back. Easy enough. Alright, one last check. We have some wiggle room, carry weight-wise. Alright, so I'm gonna annotate all of the loot that we found here. And I'll see you guys on the other side of that process. Okay, I think I've taken everything down that I need to. I've written it all down. Everything here is now in my document. Okay. We still have this additional sewing kit. We found another flare. Our torch is getting a little low, but... You know what? We can craft another one when we find some lantern fuel. Hopefully we have a chance. Alright, let's get some sleep. And then it's to the plane crash tomorrow.
I'd eat anything right about now.
Process one more. We have pretty good clothing. And honestly, the condition of most things is not so bad. We just might want to repair the ski jacket once, the wool toque. Other than that, everything's looking fine. So, it's time for us to head to the plane crash of Timberwolf Mountain. Well, the plane crash of Pleasant Valley first on the way to Timberwolf. Let me double check. Make sure I've marked everything down proper in my journal. Alright, we're gonna go search that plane crash now. Let's go get it. So we're gonna go to the farmstead outbuilding again and use that as a halfway point to rest, warm up, and then I think I know how to get to the plane crash from there. So there's two places that you can indoor sleep in safety and warmth up there. One of them is a cabin at the base of the cliffside. The other is Skeeter's Ridge. Skeeter's Ridge is a further walk, and I'm hoping I can find that cabin on the way. Jesus. Alright, he's right there. Let's go. I better mind these hay bales. Sometimes they conceal death in all of its teeth. So yeah, essentially from that outbuilding, you go here around the birch forest. You can encounter the bear here. He does path here, so be very careful if you take this shortcut. But it's even easier to miss him and walk into him in that forest. So that's why I usually weigh the risk against the reward and I don't go in there.
To escape this cold.
If you go up this hill, then I think you'll end up right in front of the cabin. Or at least very close to it. Right there, see? You can see the cabin from here. After scaling the hill. And that's your next, like, warming up checkpoint, so to speak. Alright, let's give this place a search. And then nap for another 2 hours. It may actually be wiser not to nap, but rather to pass time. We'll want to sleep before we do the rope climb. We also don't want to let ourselves get too tired, or else we invite the possibility of a really bad struggle if we so happen to enter one with a wolf. Let's see how quickly I can warm up. Yeah, that's nothing. Alright, so Skeeter's Ridge is the next place where I can warm up, and it's very near to the plane crash site. We're not going to bother taking more rose hips. We're good on that for now. Alright, let's go. So from that cabin, you exit the door and turn right, hug this rock wall, and you'll eventually come to a ramp that leads up to Skeeter's Ridge. Right around this bend right here is where you'll find the hill that takes you up there. Always know where your next shelter is. Now, I have been ambushed and killed by a wolf right here before, so this is always risky. You can't really avoid it. But, he's not, you know, it's very rare that he's here. In the 100 times that I've gone around that bend, he's gotten me once. So, I can hear him, though. Actually, that wolf is up there, so he's by Skeeter's Ridge. Noted. Hello there. This guy's floating. That's incredible. He didn't die, he just transcended this world. Alright, we're gonna start gathering fire fuel. Just a little bit of it. We don't need much.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
I don't like this. I heard that howl come from here. Where is it? I hear it like it's right fucking beside me. There it is.
So cold.
Let's get inside before we lose our chance. Alright, we're good. This is our next warming shelter, and we have the plane crash very near to here. Fire fuel.
This will come in.
Ooh, a new plaid shirt. We're missing a shirt right now. That's wonderful. Alright. Hell yeah. I thought about making this my outer layer, but the plaid shirt's more waterproof. Not that it makes much of a difference, but... And I'm hoping, still hoping, that I'll find some thin wool sweaters instead to replace them with. Okay, so now we're gonna get a few hours of sleep, and we're gonna hope that a blizzard doesn't show up. We can afford to get 4 hours of sleep. We cannot afford to eat risky food at the moment. Let's eat these carrots. Alright. Shit, I think a blizzard started. I have no cloth for repairs. We may as well at least get visual confirmation.
I could eat it.
Yep. Damn, one arrow down whenever I'm not in the wind. It's still warm, it's just, you know, a blizzard. Anyway, there's no wolves around here right now, so I may as well at least just check this out. I may still try to search the plane crash in this.
I'm so hungry.
Alright. We'll wait for 1 hour, and we kind of can't afford to. Our thirst is the bottleneck. Now, we do have cans of soda. Did the blizzard end? Hey, the blizzard's over, I think. Alright, well, let's head up there. That'd be extremely fortunate. That was a very short blizzard. I'm actually kind of really surprised at that. Now, if we go that way, we're likely to encounter a wolf, but it gets us to the start of the plane crash. I'd rather be there. We could go around that way and get to a cave. We're gonna get to that cave anyway. We're gonna start from here. As long as we're careful, we might not reap any consequence for this decision. Head on a swivel, you are not safe. You don't think there's anything like in the plane wing, right? No. Let's get inside here. We're gonna want to clean this place out for everything it's got. Starting over here, because sometimes you can find wool ear wraps over there. Okay. Well, it's very warm, so normally I start a campfire over there in the cave when it's really cold, but we don't need to worry about that right now. It's really great when you spawn here. Well, kind of. It's I prefer to spawn in Broken Railroad because then I can sort of gear myself up on the way to Timberwolf.
I could use this.
Right? And spawning here, it's like I always feel like it's necessary to backtrack to Milton and Mystery Lake and all that before I come back and go to Timberwolf, but sometimes you can spawn here and immediately get like a parka and shit, right? So it has its value spawning here. Ooh, cozy little compartment, yes. Alright, let's keep searching. I have to make sure I check around these corpses for feathers, too.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Alright, that's it for here. Let's proceed uphill. Alright, we found some decent clothing. Nothing game-changing, but... let's make sure we didn't miss any suitcases down here. Alright, let's go check out the cave over here. There may also be a deer carcass that I could grab some feathers from. We're gonna scrap all of the clothing that we don't want in the back of that cave. It'll help stave off our cabin fever risk.
So cold in my life.
Alright, let's warm up a little before we start harvesting the clothing. And we need water. Well, we have these sodas, and they weigh 25.25 kilograms each, so let's drink one. We can produce water when we're at the abandoned prepper's cache. There's even an outdoor stove at which we can do it. Wait, what are we wearing? Right, this is actually better than the cotton scarf. Alright. So we've upgraded our hat.
My stomach feels like an empty pit.
Alright guys, we didn't forget our bedroll. Let's head to the abandoned prepper's cache. And I think that's where we're gonna call this episode. In the following episode, it's gonna be time. Timberwolf Mountain and the climb to the plane crash. And hopefully, our first flare gun. It completely threw me for a loop that we did not get a flare gun at the bottom of the ravine. I have never seen such a thing before. I enjoy it. It's a welcome change, because no longer can you rely on the same old shit to get you through, right? There is something immersion breaking about knowing where good loot is. Alright. Gonna get our stamina back here. Pass time for but a moment. Now we can sprint right out of the gate. We're gonna search a hunter's... So yeah, exit through that door on the plane, and then you go down this hill, and then up this hill. Once you get over this hill, you're gonna see a hunter's blind. From that hunter's blind, you turn right, and that leads you to the abandoned prepper's cache. There's the hunter's blind right there. Nothing in there. Alright, let's keep moving. So now it's a simple matter of scaling this hill and then you're basically there. Now, before we sleep, we are going to have to make some water. But there's an outdoor stove right here at which we can do just that. There's even fire fuel outside this shed, typically, that you can use for that purpose. Right there, around the corner. Alright. We're gonna have to remember to collect these cans. You know what, let's go inside and warm up for just a moment, and then we will come back out.
Die if I don't get some food soon.
There's that bed. I mean, we could just use the bed roll, but there is a bed here, right? This interior seems shorter than I remember. Did they change this? Let's try to... Okay, there's a shelf. Yeah, this seems different. I don't know where the bed is now. I think they redid this interior, so we'll just use the bedroll for now. Get a little bit of warmth, just a bit, because we are still very thirsty. And now let's go out and prepare some water. I'm glad there's no aurora, or else we'd be in a lot of danger making water out here during the night like this. Alright. If we get down to our last cattail, then I'm gonna have to use an accelerant. Or our last tinder, sorry.
Alright.
Got the fire going. Now let's just try to get it hot enough to a point where we're not freezing anymore. Okay. We can drink this 0.10 liters of water just to sustain us until this water finishes. And we have 5 cloth that we can use to repair things. 6 if we scrap those socks, so... 40 minutes. So by the time this repair is done, the water will be done. But of course, we failed, right? Alright, let's finish this batch.
Too heavy.
Let's try to repair the wool hook first. Alright, successful. Extra water.
I'd better find some water.
Wow, you don't say. Alright. Now, let's harvest these. Okay. We're gonna take an extra torch out of here just because our other torch is only 36%. We don't have the oil right now to craft another. Alright, now let's try this repair one more time. Well, hang on. So we've repaired the toque. These are all fine, pretty much. The biggest boon we can get is if we can manage to successfully repair this. Alas, we could not. That's okay. Potable water. We'll make one more batch. Okay. Let's not forget our cans. That's kind of important. And just for the sake of taking a peek inside that... Yeah, let's put that book in there. Grab a couple more torches. I want to see what the deal is with this. They clearly changed the interior of this abandoned prepper's cache. Alright, so this place is an absolute mess now. It used to look pretty clean and orderly in here, but now it looks like someone searched it really aggressively. Okay, so that is an empty locker.
That'll come in handy.
Sports vest. Nothing down there. Got fucking tree roots growing in here. Nothing in these drawers that's hidden. Seems to be nothing under there. So yeah, there used to be like a full-on bed here before. Now there's just this fucking mattress on the floor. I would love to have a feature where you can like clean up an interior of a location and make it base-worthy, right? Anyway, it looks like we're not going to find anything special in here. Let's look in here. Nothing. Alright. So guys, I'm going to call this episode here. I'm going to create a loot stash here. And in the very beginning of the next episode, it's time. It's time for Timberwolf Mountain. It's time for Ash Canyon. It's time for Black Rock. All that stuff. I'm pretty scared of it. Especially since we don't even have a lantern yet. But, well, we'll figure it out. Hopefully we will find more flares at the Timberwolf plane crash. So we'll be able to use those flares to actually repel the Timberwolves on the way to Black Rock. Other than that, Ash Canyon's gold mine. So the order of operations in which we're going to do that stuff is we're going to do the Timberwolf plane crash first, and then we're going to do the Ash Canyon gold mine second. And then the carry weight we get from doing that is going to assist us in, you know, because the bulletproof vest is very heavy, right? So you kind of want to have that edge added to your carry capacity before you find it. Alright, so I'm going to get everything deposited. I'm going to document our stash here, and then I'm going to stop playing and edit this episode, and next time I record, we will pick things up where we left off. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's great to see the subscriber counts growing. You know, I'm getting comments, I'm getting likes on the videos. All that stuff is helping a lot. I'm really grateful. I really hope that you guys are enjoying the content, and I hope that you're getting ideas for your own playthroughs, and I hope that my experience with this game is kind of rubbing off on you, and that you're learning things that maybe you didn't know, independent of your experience level, right? So, thank you very much for spending this time with me today, and I will see you in the next one. Alright, take care, rock on, and peace out, guys.